Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First, which I respect is Nurulhasanah MPD as a lecturer in academic speaking course. I want to introduce myself. My name is Mila Nurulhasanah. In this video, I'm going to talk about a research paper on the effect of addiction to watching K-drama series on imitation behavior of adolescents. The result of study consists of 5 chapters. Alright, now we move to chapter 1 abstract. Korean culture is one of the most popular cultures in Indonesia. This phenomenon is called the Korean wave or Hallyu. It's a specific impact of Korean culture products, for example, Korean drama. Korean drama popularity raised a sense of addiction to Indonesia audience, especially teenage Korean parents who still tend to have easily influenced characteristics and imitate their role models. The study aims to determine the effect of K-drama viewing addiction on adolescent imitation behavior. In the study, there are two variables, the variable watching addiction and the variable imitation behavior. Using cultivation theory and social learning, choose to use a questionnaire that had been systematically compiled in the form of Google and distribute to respondents to be answered via the internet and social media. The reason I choose this article because I want to find out more about this research and the extent of addiction felt by teenage to Korean culture. And now we move to chapter 2 introduction based on the observation of research. Indonesia is one of the countries in Asia that have received the impact of Korean web products such as K-pop and K-drama by offering a lifestyle from Korean culture. The more often individuals watch a show, the better they will affect the individual behavior. Korean culture addiction, like K-drama show, have a relationship with behavior imitating the audience, especially teenage who have special characteristic. Example, according to the opinion of Gerungan, imitation is the attitude of admiring someone as a role model. This behavior will have a negative or positive impact on pain attitude according to opinion Marbun and Azmi. Here are some references related to viewing addiction and imitation. First, the effects of accessing the Korean web about imitation behavior of youth in Palu City. This research journal was written by Isnain Ahmad Herman and Mu. Is the behavior of teenage in Palu City because of the influence access Korean web with explanation quantitative research models. There is a significant influence in the research result with 74% contribution value between Korea web access on imitation behavior. Effect of Blackpink version of Sophie adversity impression on brand loyalty. Jakarta Student Research Journal written by Susilawati and Lucia Sapitri Setio Utami. This journal discusses the exposure of Korean girl group advertisement, namely Blackpink, on Sophie about student brand loyalty in Jakarta. The study used the concept of media exposure and brand loyalty with quantitative research method. Research the result show that the variable exposed to adversity has an influence on consumer K-drama and Korean sped webs in Indonesia. This research journal was written by Idola Perdini Putri, Parah Diba Putri Liani, and Rini Nuraini. The study discussed the distribution of Korean web in the form of K-drama Indonesia. Other from that, the study used a qualitative approach with historical method, and the theory used is theory apply the historical method. The result in the study found that the role of K-drama in the spread on the Korean web in Indonesia is quite significant. Korean drama impact watching deficiency on communication behavior. Research journal written by Herpina and Proverbs research discussed the impact of watching Korean drama on behavior of communication science student in Kuala Sia University. The theory used in Bandura social learning theory with explanative qualitative research method in a study result impact on students at Sia University Kuala, like a change in the style of everyday speech. And now we move to there it is about research methodology. We use quantitative and survey method as a data collection technique. Survey method used to obtain data using a questionnaire, questionnaire that is systematically arranged in Google Form and distributed to respondents to become answer via the internet and social media. Population in this study are 130 members of Korean Pens Pontianak community. In determining the amount respondents needed in this study, the authors used slope-in formula with 10% error proportion. Results are 57 respondents as a representative sample of the population. The author determines 57 respondents who are entitled to become a sample through a non-probability sampling technique with a purposive sampling approach. And now we are in the main point of research result, which is about finding in discussion. The research tests the data validity by process the respondent data with data validity, reliability, and normality technique. You can see based on the results of the validity test in table 1, it can be concluded that as many as 12 items of statement of the watch addiction variable X and 18 items of statement of the imitation behavior Y variable have a value of R count R table, which means a total of 13 statements of the two variables are declared valid. Based on the calculation in the table 2, it can be concluded that all statements in the questionnaire are declared reliable because they have a Cronbach alpha value 0.6. Based on table 3, normality testing is used to measure whether data is normal or not. If the significant value 0.05, then the data is normal and vice versa. Based on table 4, the coefficient of determination R squared or R is 0.710. This means that the influence of the independent variable watching addiction on the dependent variable imitation behavior is 71%. Meanwhile, the remaining 29% showed that other factors influence imitation behavior. Based on table 5 above, it is known that the constant A value is 5272, while the value of variable X watching addiction is 1353. Thus, the regression equation is Y 50,272 plus 2,353 x based on table 6 above. It is now that the result of T count are 11,595 and the table is 2G.004, so that count table, then the value is of psych is 0.000. In the result, in the test result, HO is rejected and H1 is achieved, meaning the X variable watch addiction affect the Y variable imitation behavior. Referring to the respondent answer in table 7, 29 respondents strongly agree and 9 agree that they watch Korean drama for more than 4 hours. And now we are in the last chapter is about conclusion and suggestion based on the research result obtained to know the effect of viewing addiction on imitation behavior of Korean fans. So the research concluded there was an effect of watching addiction on imitation behavior. The author provides suggestion to explore further what factors influence imitation behavior or explain research variable and research object to obtain more accurate and better result. In my opinion, a research paper on the effect of addiction watching Korean drama series of imitation behavior of adolescents is enough to let you know that addiction to watching drama is loved by many factors that influence the nature to want to watch K-drama. For example, because they are bored with long-winded Indonesian drama, and in my opinion, it can be considered normal as long as we still have to respect the work Indonesian child. So that's all about my presentation. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.